And welcome, poutníci po hvězdách, which in a beautiful language of my beautiful motherland, Czech Republic, means star wanderers. Thank you so much for stopping for yet another quick caffeinated astro break with me. You know the drill, chop chop, do not dilly-dally, pull up a chair, grab your coffee mug, bite into that muffin, stroke that cat, cover yourself with blanket and let's talk new moon in Aquarius. It's a fucking shit show. Hey there, stargazers, dream chasers, and fellow overthinkers. Ready to start 2025 with a cosmic bang? Because on January 29, the first new moon of the year lands in Aquarius at 9 degrees, bringing that main character energy and whatever TikTok Gen Z generation says now, we all desperately need after January's emotional marathon. This isn't just any new moon. It's like the celestial version of upgrading your phone to the latest model, except it comes with no bugs, only major vibes. It's sitting right next to Pluto, giving us depth and intensity, while a friendly trine to Jupiter screams, "Dream bigger, honey!" And then double it, diva. So grab your matcha, espresso, a straight up Red Bull, I don't judge, just make it sugar free, and let's unpack why this new moon is basically your cosmic permission slip to be unapologetically you, but like a version of you that's more aligned, evolved, glow up type, slightly less obsessed with doom scrolling. Just a side note, if you're ready to dive deeper into Aquarius season's revolutionary energy and awaken your authentic self, my Aquarius season guided meditation is the perfect way to align your mind, body and soul. Through breathwork, visualization and affirmations, you'll connect with this season's powerful energy and embrace the change that's calling to you. Tune in and let's flow into this transformative journey together. You'll find a link in this episode's description. So can we talk about January for a second? It's been a lot. I mean, I'm gonna get into it a little bit later, but let's stay with astrology for now. Jupiter and Uranus just went direct, which means the cosmic traffic lights finally turned green. The north and south nodes shifted into Pisces and Virgo, respectively, basically yelling at us to stop being perfectionist control freaks and embrace messy, intuitive growth instead. Add to it Uranus direct in Taurus, which is nudging us to Marie Kondo our lives, not just our closets, but also our finances and priorities. Meanwhile, Jupiter in Gemini is like the best friend who says, "Why stop at one bottle of wine? Let's do karaoke." It's urging us to think big, speak loud, and write checks our dreams can actually cash. This new moon in Aquarius is the finale to January's cosmic soap opera. It's like when the last episode of Succession drops and you're sitting there clutching your wine glass because everything is about to change and end and never be the same again, and you don't know whether to laugh, cry, or both. Let's not beat around the bushes, which is a horrible expression, because Aquarius is here to shake things up. It's simply that. It's the quirky genius of the zodiac, the friend who texts you at 2 a.m. with a business idea involving vintage teapots and solar panels. This sign is all about innovation, community, and collective progress. But wait, enter Pluto, the broody goth kid of the cosmos, sitting right next to this new moon. Pluto's energy adds intensity, demanding transformation and making sure we are not just talking about change, but doing the hard work to make it happen. Think less Instagram activism, more actual activism. And by the way, if you're still on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook, I mean, what are we even doing? Then there's a trine to Jupiter in Gemini, throwing it hands up and shouting, "Let's think big, let's be bold, let's write a TED talk." And because the universe loves a dramatic twist, Venus and Neptune are snuggling in Pisces, making everything feel dreamy as fuck, but also cautioning us not to get too lost in our idealism. Oh, and did I mention Mercury is cozied up with Pluto right before this new moon? Translation, your inner monologue is about to turn into a Real Housewives reunion. Secrets? They're coming out. Shadow work? Yup, you're doing it. Conversations? More intense than a group chat after someone leaves mid-argument. But don't panic, this energy is ripe for breakthroughs if you're willing to face the truth head on. Which is the thing, the transformation, this new moon, is coming for us globally, and personally, it's just about how we're gonna navigate the flow. Now, here's your to-do list for the new moon in Aquarius. Number 1. Dream big, but plan smart. The usual. This is your moment to envision a future that feels authentically you. Just do not skip the part where you figure out how to actually make it happen, even if it's small steps. Number 2. Collaborate, don't isolate. Aquarius thrives in community. Join a group, start a project, launch initiative, or just finally reply to that group chat you've been ghosting. Number 3. Journal, meditate, reflect. Pluto's influence isn't for the faint of heart. Dive deep into what's holding you back. Investigate, uncover, dissect, transform, and start letting that shit go. Number 4. Stay flexible. Uranus is direct, so expect surprises. Not all curveballs are bad though. Sometimes the unexpected is the plot twists you didn't know you needed. Now I'll switch the tone for a bit. Let's get serious, just for a moment. So, it's hard to believe we're only at the end of January 2025. And yet, I don't know about you, but I feel like I've aged 7 years in just these few weeks. It's been a lot. Between the ongoing erosion of human rights and democracy in the US, the devastating wildfires tearing through LA, the unmasking of my personal hero, Neil Gaiman, as yet another abuser, and David Lynch apparently deciding he's had enough of this reality altogether. We've also got UFO egg crash retrieval programs involving psychic trained military units. Excuse me, but what the actual fuck is going on? As I mentioned, this year began with a profound cosmic shift, a lunar nodal flip, like the universe turned its compass upside down. The North Node shifted into Pisces, pointing us towards surrender, creativity and compassion, while the South Node moved into Virgo, urging us to release our obsessive grip on what we imagine as a functional, structured and organized materialistic worldview, whilst being asked to embrace a more spiritual and flexible outlook. With our little piece of history requiring us to put faith and build our own personal altars from tangible stuff we can consume for our immediate pleasure, this will most likely be a time of shocking and painful revelations and adjustments. I think we've reached a collective point where we need to stop pretending there's still time to reverse climate change, for example. It's here and we invited it in. Ringing alarms louder won't undo the damage, and denying it exists definitely will not stop what's coming. It's also not the first time in human history we have faced this challenge, and while we are not powerless, the weight of our choices is staggering. In these early weeks of 2025, the news barrage out of US has been relentless, but it's not here to mobilize preventative action. It's a reflection of what we've allowed. Also a familiar storyline, right? Trump is here, and once again the door was held open for him. And make no mistake, the world on the east of the United States is listening and taking notes. As someone who grew up in Czech Republic, I can tell you that much of Central and Eastern Europe only embraced progressive left-leaning ideals reluctantly, begrudgingly, and often to appease and to maintain diplomatic ties with the US. With Trump's presidency legitimizing racial and sexual discrimination again, along with fiercely anti-immigration measures, you can be sure Europe will be swift to follow. Given how absolutely devastating for my mental health Trump's first mandate's been, in order to preserve my last bits of sanity, I had to slowly wean myself off of the malefic news cycle. This is not about giving up hope, rather in looking for it outside emotional states that are paralyzing and detrimental to our health. History and time are not linear rivers sweeping us inevitably forward. They are cyclical, bringing archetypes, themes, and plot lines back for review. Not in a vicious loop, rather in a spiralic fashion. We arrive to the same narratives, same characters and plot twists in different evolutionary stages of humanity. Of course, the universe, God, or the great game designer, however you wish to frame it, would send us a global fascism storyline again. Let's see how you deal with it this time. Only a few decades have passed since World War II, but unlike then, even children now hold an access to an interactive library of human experience and history in the palm of their hands. all of us connected through an invisible information highway. I wonder how that's going to shape the story this time. Okay, seems like today my coffee's been laced with a pinch of reality check fairy dust and a splash of liquid optimism, clearly. Anywho, astrology really is, or should be, apolitical, so let's get back to ditzy and unburdensome. Here is how this Aquarius new moon is stirring the cosmic pot for each rising sign. Aries, 11th house. So your social life and big dreams are in the spotlight, Aries. Got a vision for changing the world? Start now. Jupiter's trine says, network like it's your job. Maybe it is. Join that community, pitch that idea, or just send an overdue text. Go big or go home, but don't actually go home. Stay out, meet people. Taurus, 10th house. This is your career that is getting a glow up. Redefine what success means to you and stop settling for mediocrity. Jupiter's vibe is pitch yourself with confidence. Whether it's to a boss, a mentor, or that LinkedIn recruiter who keeps lurking in your profile. Gemini, 9th house. Adventure is calling and it's not leaving a voicemail. Take that class, book that trip, or just devour an entire section of Wikipedia at 3 a.m. Big ideas are your jam right now, so plunge yourself in and then share what you've discovered. Cancer, 8th house. Transformation station, party of one. It's time to sort out finances, face your fears, and dive deep into what's really holding you back. Also, maybe it's time to have that awkward convo about money. You'll thank yourself later. Leo, 7th house. Relationships are your main character moment. Want better connections? Be real about what you need, even if it means, and I know this is tough for you, Leo, to be unlikable for a moment. Want out of a toxic dynamic? Bye-bye! Jupiter's got your back, so trust the process and your charm. Virgo. This new moon in Aquarius is touching your 6th house. This is your jam. Routines, health, and work-life balance. They are all screaming for attention, so declutter your schedule like it's an episode of one of those shows, where older British cleaning ladies come to a home of a hoarder and do a cleanup. And yes, Virgos, you can take a break without feeling guilty. Stumpf! That was my stumpf of approval. Libra, 5th house. Your creativity and love life are ready for a reboot. Paint something, write something, flirt with someone, do whatever makes your heart skip a beat. Jupiter's energy says, be bold and have fun. Scorpio, 4th house. Home is where the action is. This new moon in Aquarius is a perfect time to setting intentions around what home means to you. Who or where represents home for you? Whether it's surface level, redecorating, deep cleaning, or a bit deeper, setting boundaries with a family member, make your space a sanctuary. Sagittarius, 3rd house. Communication is your superpower right now. Write, speak, connect. Just get your messages out there. Jupiter's boost make you the Ted Lasso of your group. Optimistic, wise, and endlessly quotable. Capricorn, 2nd house. Money talks and you're finally listening. Set some financial goals that align with your values, not just your bank account. And remember, and this is an important lesson for Capricorns, abundance isn't just about cash. And your life mission is not as tightly connected to your social status as you imagine. Aquarius, obviously, this new moon is touching your 1st house of self. It's your time to shine, redefine who you are and where you're going. Pluto says embrace the glow up, while Jupiter cheers you on from the sidelines. It's a makeover montage, new look, new project, new lease on life. Yes, yes, and yes, diva. Shante, you stay. Pisces, 12th house. Time to get introspective, meditate, journal, or just cry in the shower. Whatever helps you connect to your inner world. Pluto's transformation energy might feel intense, but it's all so worth it to go and tango with it for a bit. This new moon in Aquarius is like the universe handing you a blank canvas and saying, paint your masterpiece, babe. So set those intentions, Manifest like you mean it, and remember, the future is as weird and wonderful as we dare to make it. Ready? Let's do this. If you love this Astro Rumble, don't forget to check out my other offerings, tarot readings, spiritual workbooks, guided meditations, basically all the things to keep your cosmic vibes on point. Links are in the episode description, and hey, buying one is like treating me to coffee. And trust me, I don't just drink coffee, I am coffee at this point. Catch you under the stars.